Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Guru Brahma classes for JEE and NEET. We are in the chapter Atomic Structure. In this session, we are going to discuss about the expression to calculate the radius of the stationary state. Okay. So first of all, let us derive the equation or derive this expression. So this expression can be derived based on this Coulomb law. Coulomb's law. So what is according to Coulomb law? When two charges Q1 and Q2, for example, are separated by distance r, then the force between them or force of attraction between them is given by F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q1 Q2 by r square. So this is the formula to calculate the force between those two charges. Considering this force, attractive force, so 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught can also be written as F is equal to K into Q1 Q2 by r square, where K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Epsilon naught is permittivity of the vacuum. Okay. So this everything we study in physics. Simply that equation, application of equation we are learning. So K have units. It's a constant. K have units 9 into 10 power 9 Newton into meter square per Coulomb square. How much? 9 into 10 power 9 Newton into meter square per Coulomb square. Right? The same is applied here. Same is applied here. So let us take. Here is nucleus. Let us see in the diagram. Here is the electron. Right? So charge on electron is negative 1 charge. Charge on proton is positive 1 charge. Positive 1 charge. Considering only the magnitude of the charge, the magnitude of charge on an electron is equal to magnitude of charge on a proton. If I consider E as the charge on an electron, then what will be the charge on a proton? The charge on a proton will also be E. But here proton means number of protons is called as atomic number. So what is the total charge? Ze. For example, helium. How many protons are there in helium? 2 protons. What is the atomic number of proton? 2. So 2 into the charge of each proton, Z into E. So whatever the nucleus it is, whatever the atom it is, what is the charge of the nucleus is written? Z into E. What is the charge on an electron? E. Right? These two are separated by a distance r. These two are separated. The distance between the nucleus and the electron is r. So what is this r? Radius of the orbit. Radius of stationary state. Stationary state is also called as orbit. So let us apply Coulomb's law here. So this is positive charge and this is negative charge. What will be the force of attraction between these two? The force of attraction, what will be the force? The force is attractive force. If Coulomb's law is applied, then what is this force of attraction? This force of attraction is given by, apply this K into, one charge is charge of the nucleus. What is that called as? Z into E. The other charge is charge on an electron. Charge on an electron. Okay. So these two charges. What are those two charges? One is nucleus charge and another is electron. These two are separated by r distance. That means radius of the stationary state. So Q1 becomes Ze and Q2 we are taking it as E. What is Ze? Charge of the nucleus. What is E? Charge on an electron. Then by the radius of the stationary state is r square. Okay. This force of attraction is also called as centripetal force. Any body which is moving in the circular path experiences two types of forces. One is the force into the center, and that is called as centripetal force. And there will be another force away from the center, and that is called as centrifugal force. Here you are finding centrifugal force. Centrifugal force. This inward force is called as centripetal force. Outward force is called as centrifugal force. Okay. So the centripetal force is nothing but force of attraction between nucleus and electron. So force centripetal is equal to K into Z square. Z into E gives you Z square by R square. So force centrifugal force. So centrifugal force is given by mv square by R. mv square by R. Right? mv square by R. So electron is moving in the circular path. Electron is attracted by nucleus. Due to its revolution around the nucleus, it is experiencing an outward force, and that outward force is called a centrifugal force. So when does that electron revolve in that particular orbit without coming inside, without going outside? Then centripetal force, when centripetal force is equal to centrifugal force, centripetal force is equal to centrifugal force, then the electron, without going outside, without coming inside, it moves in that circular or stationary state. So from this, what I can write? K into Z square by R square is equal to mv square by R. R cancel. Then what I get? You have to remember this. K into Z square is equal to mv square. So let it be equation 1. Let it be equation 1. Then we know that from Niels Bohr atomic model, the angular momentum of an electron, that is equal to mvr, is integer multiple of h by 2 pi. That is integral multiple of h by 2 pi. Right? Then what will be velocity? Velocity will be nh by 2 pi into m into r. So let it be equation number what? 2. Then substitute equation or formula 2 in 1. When you substitute it, what you get? K into Z square is equal to nh by 2 pi, right? See, K into Z square is equal to M into V. What is V here? From equation 2 or from formula 2, NH by 2 pi MR. Here it is V square, then whole square. Then what do you write? K into Z square is equal to M into N square H square by 4 pi square M square R square. Right? Then cancel any. Are there any things to cancel? M. Right? Here we have R. We forgot this R. K into Z square by R. MV square is equal to K into Z square by R. Right? So we have R here. R gets cancelled. Then what do we have? R is equal to N square H square by 4 pi square Z square M into K. Okay. So radius, to calculate the radius of the stationary state of nth stationary state, what did we find? The formula N square H square by 4 pi square Z square M into K. Okay. Then if you, what is the formula? Radius R is equal to N square H square by 4 pi square Z square Z square M into K. Right? So what are constant and what can be variable here? This is applied for hydrogen and 1 electron species. Hydrogen and 1 electron species. So 1 electron species, atomic number can change. Number of orbit can change. So I can separate them. R is equal to H square by 4 pi square E square M into K into N square by Z. Okay. So N can vary here, Z can vary. These two are variables and the remaining are constant. Radius of the nth orbit. So radius of the nth stationary state is given by 6.626 into 10 power minus 34 joule into second whole square by 4 into 3.14 whole square into 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb whole square into K. 9 into 10 power 9 Newton into meter square per coulomb square. In many books, they don't use this K. If you want to derive it in SI unit, compulsory there must be K and we have to use this K. Right? So let us see. 6.626 into 6.626 into 10 power minus 68 joule square into second square units 4 into 3.14 into 3.14 into 1.6 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 to 38 coulomb square into 9 into 10 power 9 Newton into meter square per coulomb square. So let us cancel these units, coulomb square, right? And we know that 1 joule is equal to work done is equal to force into displacement. Work done joule is equal to Newton into meter. Newton into meter. Here 4 pi square we have used and the z square we have used. So mass we did not use, right? What is that? We did not use mass. Mass 9.11 into 10 power minus 31 kg. Right? The same way we can use here 9.11 into 10 power minus 31 kg. So on substituting all these values, what you get is earth orbit is equal to 0.529 into 10 power minus 10 meters into n square by z. And we know that 1 angstrom unit is equal to 10 power minus 8 centimeter, that is equal to 10 power minus 10 meter. Then what I can write? 0.529 angstrom units into n square by z. So if n is equal to 1 and z is equal to 1, that means hydrogen, then this is equal to 0.529 angstrom units. 0.529 angstrom units, and which is called as a Bohr's radius. What is that called as a Bohr's radius? Right? See here. Expression for the radius of the Bohr's orbit. What is it? R is equal to n square h square by 4 pi square m z square into k. And substituting all these values, what do you get? 0.529 angstrom units. This n square and z are variables, they can change. Right? For a hydrogen atom, as z is equal to 1, R is equal to 0.529 angstrom units into n square. Z is equal to 1, no? Right? Next, coming to radius, it is given as radius of the nth orbit is equal to a naught into n square by z, where a naught can be written as 0.529 angstrom units. Okay, if you are asked to calculate the radius of second stationary state of He plus, So what is the formula? Radius of second state is equal to a naught into n square, second orbit, no, second stationary state, so n is equal to 2. So 2 square by, what is Z? What is the atomic number of helium? Helium atomic number is equal to 2. So by 2, 2 cancel. So 2 A naught. In the same way, if you are asked radius of second stationary state of Li plus 2. So what is the atomic number of Li? Z is equal to 3. Then what you write? Radius of second orbit is equal to a naught into second stationary state. So 2 square by 3. So that is equal to a naught into 4 by 3. 4 by 3 a naught. So that is how we calculate by using the formula. In the previous examinations, PYQ of JEE mains, almost all the questions are based on this formula. What is that? The radius of the nth orbit is given by a naught into n square by z, where a naught is equal to 0.529 angstrom units. Okay, so in the next video we shall discuss the PYQ from this topic, right? Thank you for watching the video.